Hello, it's Ben from Foods for Fitness here. I'm excited to welcome you to our chair-based exercise class. So first of all, if you'd like to begin just walking on the spot with me, we'll have a quick sort of 10-minute warm-up just to help increase that blood flow around the body. So just starting to get those legs nice and warm. This will be suitable for people sitting in a chair and suitable for those who are standing to replicate the movements. They are quite transferable between seated and standing positions. It's important before you begin any exercise session to consult with your GP and check they're happy for you to actually exercise, at which point it's then your decision. Of course, exercise always carries with it an element of risk. However, the benefits often greatly outweigh the risks, but in the vast majority of cases. Okay, just begin rolling your shoulders back for me as well. Important to mention, just because you're seated and unable to stand, that's not to say that the whole body can't be worked out. There's a wide variety, plethora of resources and exercise materials available online for you to access, including the session today. Okay, so when you're ready, just hands out beside you now. Just begin to make circular movements forwards with the right hand, nice and slowly. Join in when you're ready with that. Do 5 more this side and then switch hands, going forward still. Now with the other hand. Just doing 10 each side in total in the demonstration. We can then begin to incorporate both hands. This is really good for warming up the shoulders, this. Shoulders, your lower back. Along with the chest. Now we're going to reverse the direction with the right hand. So again, nice and slowly, large circles. Bringing in the upper back a bit more. A few more this side and then we'll swap hands. Remember, keep on walking on the spot. You should slowly begin to feel yourself warming up. Just helps the muscles getting ready to stretch, keeping them nice and safe. Both hands moving back now, join in when you're ready. Have 1 more minute before we begin our stretches for today. Should be feeling nice and warm now around the whole body. If you're not, I suggest this final minute you just increase the speed slightly. Of course, it's important to do everything gradually, as this is the start of the workout, and this is when you're preparing your body for the rest of the session. And now forwards with both hands. We're now just going to be raising our hands rather than going in circles, with the right hand starting and then lowering. I'm going to demonstrate a few more this side and then I'm switching sides. And switch sides. Good. Again, bringing in the shoulder here, and particularly the back of the shoulder when you're going down, but also the front when you're going up. Perfect. Okay, so let's keep these arms nice and mobile before we go into our stretches. So now we're going to stretch those shoulders we've been warming up. So clasp with one hand, not on the elbow joint, just above it, with the arm across. Look the opposite way to deepen the stretch. And raise the arm a little bit, hold it there for 12 seconds, approximately. Remember, the whole time I'm just stepping on the spot. That's just helping to raise my pulse, keeping that blood flowing to keep me safer when I'm stretching. Just finishing off the other side now, before we start to move across the body to our arms. So focus on our biceps next, this muscle here, both at the same time, left and right bicep. I'm just doing a nice back stroke, breaststroke I should say. When you feel moderate discomfort across the upper arm, stop and hold. Let's keep walking on the spot. Slow burner, but it's slowly getting that pulse rate up. Okay, if we reverse the angle of our hands from outwards to inwards, it's then bringing in that chest. As you go out, just squeeze down, ready to open up that chest, focus on that chest, get it nice and tight, and hold when there's moderate discomfort there. Okay. Okay, so we stretch those shoulders. We've now opened up our chest. We've stretched our arms, moving down to our core muscles. We're just going to reach up to horizontal and then slowly tilt one way. I'm not going to confuse you by saying which direction, because your left is different to mine because how this is filmed. And hold it there when you feel moderate discomfort down the side that you're bending away from. Very good. How are we all doing today? Again, nice and gradually till we feel that stretch. And hold when you're ready. And we keep walking on that spot, keeping that heart rate starting to increase now. Certainly is for me. Okay. Moving down from the core. We're now going to stop moving our legs, so we're going to begin to stretch them. We're going to stretch our quads first, just extending the leg. Apologies for the sight of my feet. Not quite fully extended. You may or may not notice a slight bend in my knee. That's to prevent locking out and prevent joint damage. Just hold it there for another 5 seconds. Place that foot down. And repeat the same thing with the opposite side. Okay? Don't worry if your leg's shaking. That's just because that leg isn't used to that movement and needs a bit of strengthening. Okay, I've stretched our quads. Just going to move on to our lower legs. So what we're going to do is point our toes into the ground, so our heels raise off the ground. Heels should be raised now, as if you're wearing high heels, toes should still be on the ground. Keep on accentuating that movement, increasing the angle so your toes are just pointing into the ground. And when you're happy that you're slightly in not the most comfort, hold it there for 12. That's brilliant. Now just going to reverse the direction. You're going to place the heels down, point the toes up, and repeat exactly the same thing. So my toes are now pointing up, whether you can see them or not is a different thing. And just stretching the calf just at the back here. You feel it around this area here, just at the back, behind the shins. Hold it there for 12. I'll begin our first interval of today. Okay, so our first interval of today, which is starting whenever you're ready. Is for the neck, so you're going to just be moving your neck one direction and then the other, so join in when you're ready. Good. So you're nice and comfortable with that. And then what we're going to do is just for a bit of fun, bring in the shoulders in the middle of the movement by Hale. So it's up, down, left, in, up, down, right, in. Good. Shoulders should be getting nice and warm now. This is a modified version of the Hale and jumps, which I will demonstrate standing. That would have a slightly explosive jump movement, which sometimes can be replicated and reduced as necessary, still stimulating the same muscles. But of course, stay tuned for more of my aerobic sessions for more fun movements like that. Really good for the shoulders this. You will begin to feel it in your back as you're pulling down with those hands. Only 20 seconds to go, and then you can have a rest. Depending on your level, you can go faster than me or slower to increase or decrease the intensity. Idea being, by the end of these intervals, your breathing rate should be noticeably increased.
Rest.
Okay, that rather loud signal symbolises the start of our rest. So because this is aerobics, we always keep active, so we're always moving. So if you're sipping a drink, which I recommend you do now, or whatever you're doing, keep stepping on the spot, just to keep that blood flowing around the body. Keep those limbs moving. Okay, so just for our rest periods today, we're just going to be incorporating some of the sort of swimming movements and strokes. So we're just going to be doing a bit of breaststroke today to begin with. So you can join in with that when you're ready. So I'm peeling my arms back. Nothing's fully extended, you'll notice. Just take the pressure off the joints. As you're pulling back, just squeezing in the upper back. Really working those muscles there. And of course you'll recognise the hand position maybe from our warm-up, where we stretch the arms. So this is stimulating the arms as well. Okay. Just 30 more seconds to enjoy this lovely rest period, and I'll be moving down the body with some more lower body focused intervals. So a couple with the right hand and a couple with the left hand. And just repeat that pattern to each side while I'm demonstrating the next interval. Okay, so for our next interval, we're just going to be extending our legs. So make sure you're firmly on the seat. Just extend the leg, place it down, and we're going to repeat just with the one side to begin with. Okay, so sitting nice and firmly. Ideally you want a chair with a nice firm back to do this, just to give you that sort of back support to enable you to do this. Okay, this is really good for the upper leg, specifically the quadricep muscle. Okay, let's got another few seconds of this side, then we'll swap sides. And when you're ready, swap sides. Again, don't fully lock out as you're going up. Just really focus on squeezing in with the top of that leg as you get towards the top. Approaching the final minute of this interval now, so we're just going to start alternating legs. So now alternate legs when you're ready, so right then left. And as we begin to get to the end of this final minute, we're going to then begin to incorporate both our legs at once. Okay? So good for the quadriceps this. Need to keep that core engaged, particularly if your back isn't supported by the seat. Of course, that will depend on your strength of your core, whether or not you're able to do that. So this final 30 seconds, just like where you can, don't panic, this is a bit harder. Just try and raise both legs at the same time and controlled lowering of them down. Okay. Another few more of these. Can obviously increase the difficulty of this by increasing the weight around your ankles. Okay, so that's the rest period. So it's going to be stepping on the spot again. So for our second rest period, we're going to be replicating this sort of pull down motion in the gym, which is going to stimulate your lower back. Okay, so we're just going to begin with the right hand. Hands facing towards the body, right hand coming down with a clenched fist. So just repeat that. And we're then going to switch in a few seconds to the opposite hand, again facing towards the body. So now swap when you're ready. Let's keep stepping on the spot. Let's keeping that whole body engaged. See that lower back, and you're still keeping those legs nice and warm by stepping them. Very good. So now alternating hands, so just right then left. Join in with that when you're ready. Of course, this is the rest, so don't get too carried away. Your breathing should be still elevated, but shouldn't be being placed under too much strain during this rest period. Okay, so repeat this pattern. You can do it with 2 as well, while I'm just demonstrating the next interval for you, which will be abduction, adduction. So to do this, I suggest you sit on the edge of your seat. You'll have your arms up as you were doing with the pull downs, and you'll then slowly begin to move your legs out to the side as far as you can and place them down. So we'll start off with the right leg, join in with that when you're ready. So right leg's going out with the right arm, close to horizontal as we can, back in, and then we're just repeating with that one side to begin with. Okay. This is working muscles known as the adductors and abductors of the thigh area. Okay, and now swap sides when you're ready. Now 10 seconds of this, and then we'll be alternating if you can. So just count you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're just alternating right to left. Woo. Mixed it up a bit there by just throwing in a woo in the middle. Woo. Always good to keep you on your toes. Weren't expecting that. It's just bringing in the shoulders and the back. That occasional woo. So you not only got your abductors, you're also making that all of a sudden a full body exercise. Of course, if you can't handle the woo, that's fine. Just keep the abduction of the thigh going. Okay, it's going to count you into your rest. We're going to return to our initial rest, which will be our swimming strokes. Rest. So this time we're going to be going instead of forwards, we're just going to be going back. So nice, almost at 45-degree angle to the shoulder. Nice fluid windmill-like motions. And again, these circular motions are really good for the shoulder because they're opening it up in multiple directions. You're not just flexing and extending, you're abducting, adducting all at the same time. And that's really good. All those extra muscles involved will increase calories burnt, it will increase the overall stimulation that the body gets from this workout. Okay, just to mix things up a bit, we'll just stick with the right for now. So complete circles with that right arm. A few more this side. I'll swap to the left. Now the left hand side. Good. Just going to count you in now to alternating. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now right and then left. Guilty myself of stepping on the spot. Always good to keep that full body engaged where possible. Okay, I'm going to count you into the next interval, which will be bicep curls, all your legs on puppet strings. So let's just start that interval now, so I'll just quickly demonstrate that with the right hand side. Just going to be doing a bicep curl like this. Join in with that when you're ready. Okay. And then you're going to be incorporating the leg with that too. So it's going to be almost pulling up your leg as if it's on a puppet string. Okay? And that's really going to crunch in your core, so try and keep these core muscles nice and engaged around your abdominal area. Okay? So we squeeze that in as tight to the body as we can. And of course, as that movement's repeated, you should be getting closer and closer into those core muscles. Okay. So we're stimulating the arm through these bicep curls. So now we're going to be doing the left hand side as well. And then we'll be alternating. So join in with this when you're ready. So remember, we have stimulated the shoulders today, we've stimulated the back, we've stimulated the abs, we've stimulated the legs, stimulated the arms. So this has well and truly been a full body workout. Of course, remember to stay tuned to our social media for more sessions being filmed and released. So just alternating sides. That's it. And for the last 30 seconds, feeling really comfortable, just try leaning back with both. Of course, it helps if you have a backed chair for this to support that back, to stop it flying back like mine is. It's really, if possible, crunching those two legs by pressing those toes off the floor. Okay, really squeezing those core muscles. There we go.
Rest.
Walking on the spot now. Have a rest period. So again, we can have our, before we were in this position, I believe. So we're now palms facing inwards. So we're just going to be alternating arms, our palms facing inwards. Difference between inwards and outwards palms, slightly different muscle activation pattern. Again, largely similar in the muscle groups that you're working. Again, still stimulating that bicep, flexing that elbow. Certainly in that region anyway. Pulling both down just to mix things up a bit. And then alternating. Another few more alternating and then both down. Another few more of these and then alternating. pull down motion, particularly good for the lower back.
Session complete.
There we go. So thanks very much for joining me today. Just before you finish, I'd like you to just ease off some of the joints, just to reduce some of the stress and tension. So join me when you're ready with these lovely shoulder rolls. Really good for just relieving those shoulders. They've done quite a lot of work today. Just keep stepping on the spot to keep things nice and loose. Perfect. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. If you have, be sure to attend our in-person sessions. You can find details of these. They're regularly posted on our Foose Fitness Facebook page. Bit of a mouthful, I know, but that's on our page. So stay tuned to our Facebook page. Have a look on there for our website, which is foosefitness.yolasite.com. You can sign up to 15 online instructor-led sessions, all led by myself. So if you just follow the process on that website, it just takes you through exactly what you need to do to sign up for that. And I'll enjoy seeing you again in the future. So thanks very much. Remember to like our Facebook page, and remember to leave us any comments regarding our video content. All feedback is welcome, particularly constructive feedback, as it helps us improve and get better for the future and improve our classes so that you can enjoy them more. Thanks very much. See you soon.